the estate agent said, we need people like you to buy it. I think he meant, you know, over-the-top gays. Got the clanky old shower that was put in the 1950s, but somehow, because they had a shower in the 1950s, they must have been posh. Do you understand what I get that? You've got to tell him yourself. You've got to speak to him. We're not. We found something more fabulous. Oh, I'm a bugger for watching TV. It's my little hobby. Right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hello, darlings. My name is Stephen Davies, and I'm the knob by the hob. It's Constantine Bay, Booby Bay. So it's Travone. It's the Travone estate.
Is it because someone's got a house there?
Sam's got a house there.
Yeah. Okay.
A 7-bedroomed. We have to go down there one day because you can rent it off him.
Oh, okay.
With 7 bedrooms.
Wow.
No, hang on. How many bedrooms does it go? Sleeps 14. No, it's 6 bedrooms, but one of the bedrooms has got bunk beds in it.
Right. Okay. So you could have, like, if you had like a couple of kids.
I think it sleeps 14. It's big.
Yeah.
Even with, you know, they're all big bedrooms, and then it's really old money house, but it's kind of weirdly posh. When you go there, you think, I get exactly what you mean, Stephen. This is a weirdly posh, not bothered about somebody's 5 million quid summer house, which, you know, got the clanky old shower that was put in the 1950s, but somehow, because they had a shower in the 1950s, they must have been posh. Do you understand what I get that? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a bit like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many bathrooms there are. So there's one bedroom, it's an upside down house. So Sam's got a bedroom upstairs. Must be 5 bedrooms downstairs. I think it's 6 bedrooms. It's become a tradition that all the boys and a circle of friends of us go down to stay at my friend Sam's house. Down, it's on Booby Bay. Considering none of us like boobies, that's quite unusual, because it's usually a gaggle of gays, and it's quite close to Padstow. I don't know if anybody knows the Pig Hotel in Harland Bay. That's literally a 5-minute walk from his house. There's a beautiful house kind of on a golf course on the beach in Booby Bay, and we always go down at the first bank holiday in May for 3 or 4 nights. We usually do a stop somewhere on the way down. This year we stopped at Babington House in Somerset, which is very nice, with Jonathan and Daniel. It's part of the Soho House group. So that was very nice. And yeah, there's kind of traditional things that we do because people take their dogs and stuff, is that we go on a big hike on the Saturday over to Padstow. Although in recent years, Adam and I have not done it because Arthur's very old and May doesn't need that much exercise because it's about a 3 or 4 hour walk to Padstow.
Blame the dogs.
Blame the dogs. So Adam and I drive her, take the dogs for a walk around Padstow, and then go to Prawn on the Lawn for a lunch, and then the boys arrive a little bit later and we sometimes have a second lunch with them. It's a tiny little restaurant here in Padstow. They've got another one in London somewhere, in North London, but food there's amazing. It's like a tapasy, you know, local seafood. It's all fresh on the day. It's like sharing plates and stuff, but food is absolutely amazing. You know, deep fried oysters. 2 of the dishes I've done with you today. One was the cod and feta salad, and the other one was the baby gem lettuce with parmesan and truffle oil. Those are 2 things we had there. But food there's amazing. It's like somebody's front room, really. I think it's about 20 covers. So we have lunch there, and the boys join us, and we have a few drinks. And then, because we've got the car, Adam doesn't really drink. He then ferries them back because nobody wants to hike another 3 or 4 hours back to the house. So yeah, it was a great weekend. You know, we go to the this year we went to the Lobster Shack, which is part of Pig Hotel, for Sunday, late Sunday lunch. So yeah, no, it was a lovely weekend. Unfortunately, it's not the best weekend for me to keep to my diet and not drinking. Yeah, it's funny. It's on days like it's a beautiful day today. What date are we? 8th of May, 8th, 9th of May. So yeah, we're sitting here today and you think, oh, it'd be a shame to sell it because it's really peaceful and the birds and everything, but it is time to move. And we want something, well, I'm saying this, who knows, but ideally we want something a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to maintain and look after. The house is quite high maintenance, costs quite a lot to run. I mean, at the moment we're lucky, we've got Diogo and Christiana here helping to keep the show on the road. And also Cotswolds, there's a lot more going on. Even though Cambridge is lovely, it's a little quieter for the likes of Adam and myself. So we want somewhere there's a little bit more going on. And I want to live near Estelle Manor, which I'm a member of. They've got a fantastic spa there and a gym and everything, so I want to be close to that.
So do you think we should put the Rightmove links in the descriptions?
Well, can do, yeah, if it helps sell the bloody place. Even though everybody who comes here thinks it's a beautiful house and, you know, I've done it beautifully and everything, it's not the easiest house to sell. It's quite a specific taste. I think the estate agent said, we need people like you to buy it. I think he meant, you know, over-the-top gays. So, which I don't think many are moving to Cambridge. Yes, we kind of know where we want to live. It's like around, I said, we want to be close to Estelle Manor and Soho Farmhouse. So it's that kind of, within like a 10-mile radius, really, of Chipping Norton. That's what we're looking at, 5-10 mile radius, Chipping Norton. Charlbury is a village we're looking at. There's a few other villages around there which are beautiful. Unfortunately, it's probably one of the more expensive parts of the Cotswolds. Weirdly, now when you look on Rightmove, when it has the description of the house, it'll say 3 miles from Estelle Manor or 5 miles from Soho Farmhouse. So obviously that's probably put the prices up a bit. And we've put the apartment in Wales up on the market as well because we're just not using it very much. It's right on the beach. You can't get more on the beach than the Welsh apartment. But anyway, it's time for a change. I'm rapidly approaching 60 and I want to mix it up a bit. Adam's 40th is in Miami to... No, we're not. We're not. We found something more fabulous.
Ooh, okay.
And it's cheaper. No, we're going to... name me some... Dominican Republic we're going.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't sound... So what's happened is...
You said you were going somewhere that...
The problem with that place is it's difficult to get to. So you have to fly from Miami to somewhere else, and from somewhere else to somewhere else, and get a boat there. And it's just not... Adam doesn't like those internal flights. So the easiest place from Miami to fly to is Dominican Republic, which wouldn't have been my choice. But Daniel, it was in vogue this year about this like surf resort, which is incredibly bougie and low-key, very posh. So we're going there for a few nights. And it's whale watching season as well there. We're going to some fancy then island, which is part of the Dominican Republic, where it's just got a 5-star all-inclusive resort. So we're going to go there. Okay. So Sam's coming. Jonathan and Daniel are coming, obviously. Okay. Luca's coming. She mentioned you two, obviously. Yeah. But he would never say anything. Because I had this weird thing with Sam. So I said to him, and it was really funny watching him, because Jonathan says it's funny watching him because he just doesn't. You know, when he does something, you realise he never does it. Jonathan said, I've just realised he never does that, does he? I said, no. He said, because you do it. And he said, yeah, Sam needed to be invited by him. So me now having this conversation with you makes no difference to Sam. It's got to come from Adam. Right. So he mentioned a couple of times, saying, oh, am I invited then? I thought, well, fucking I've told you to invite. And I realised, Jonathan said, no, it's got to come from Adam. So I said to Adam, you've got to tell him yourself. You've got to speak to him. You've got to physically, you know, verbally invite him yourself face to face and invite him to the whole trip. So eventually Adam does that weekend because he immediately books it. So you're just waiting for Adam. Yeah. It's old school, isn't it? From the horse's mouth. Like, I don't want your boyfriend inviting me. I want you inviting me, which is fair enough. Have you watched The Reluctant Traveller? It's on, I think it's on Netflix, or maybe it's on Apple TV.
A fairly old thing? Or?
No, it's, well, I say fairly. He's done, I'm not sure when he started doing it. Do you ever watch Up Schitt's Creek?
I have watched that, yeah.
Yeah, so you know the father in that? Yeah. It's him.
Oh, okay.
The reason why it's called The Reluctant Traveller is because he doesn't like travelling. So he's done this, and he goes quite unusual. One of the places he's gone to in Germany, it's an island off the German called Spit. Went to a spa hotel there that was amazing. And the island's amazing. I think it's one of the most expensive places to live in Europe. He did one in Venice, one in Saint-Tropez, one in Scotland, one in Florence. There's one up in Finland or somewhere like that. But they're really good. The other thing, have you seen Dark Matter? That's on Apple TV. It's a mindfuck in the beginning because at the end of the first episode, you kind of, even though it's still a mindfuck, you kind of go, oh, okay. It's about time, I suppose, and things existing in parallel times. It's like sliding doors. Have you seen the movie? So there's pivotal points in your life where you make a decision which changes the course of your life going forward. You don't necessarily know that at the time until you look back. It's about that. It's about that. It's about pivotal points. So in this particular, the guy in it, and she's very famous as well. There's lots of famous people in it, actually. You suddenly realise that at a particular moment in life, he made a decision. And you're watching the series initially because of the one decision he made. But there's a parallel life of his that exists because he chose the other way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. But then he gets to a point in that life where something he does happens where he's able possibly to change that.
Okay.
Won't spoil it for you, but it's just, it all kind of makes itself, but it's very, it's quite well done because I quite like that actor. Do you remember, I'm sure you watched The Great Gatsby with,
Yeah.
he's in that.
Joel Edgerton. Oh,
Edgerton.
yeah, I know who you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He's in, there's a UFC film that he's in with Tom Hardy that's very good.
Yes. He's in a brilliant one with,
Warrior, sorry, was the one with Tom Hardy. Oh, I've seen him in Black Mass with Johnny Depp.
yeah.
That's quite a good one.
What else do we watch? Have you watched Palm Royale?
No.
Again, it's on Apple TV. Brilliant.
Putting loads of things in front of me.
Ricky Martin's in there. That's brilliant. Even Adam watches that. Loot. All these on Apple TV. That's funny. You should watch that because it's about a woman who gets.
If you can't tell, Stephen watches a lot of TV.
Loot is. I suppose it's based on like a Bill Gates or something like that. So it's basically a husband and wife divorce, and she gets 78 billion in the divorce settlement, and it's what she does then. She's a very famous American comedian. It's a comedy. Who was in SL, what's it, Saturday Night Live, SNL? Mm-hmm. She's one of the main ones in that. I think she's in Bridesmaids and things like that. She's quite, if you saw her, you'd recognise. I can't remember her name. She's really good in I like that, it's quite funny. And what I like about it is all the locations are real locations. So the house she lives in this unbelievable place that she has, is like a multi-billionaire's, it is somebody's house, do you know what I mean? So it's not something that's made up. I'm a bugger for watching TV. It's my little hobby. Right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Do we think this is the start of, is this a bit early to call summer? What do you think? Being spring?
Well, you never know in this country.
I mean, when it looks like this.
It's May. Start of summer, yeah.